We're here at Buderim Magnesium House to see how magnesium can help in our general health and why most people find when they are magnesium deficient that the best way to replenish magnesium into the body is via a transdermal application, a magnesium massage, which we do here at Buderim Magnesium House. Sabine is going to show us now how we put the magnesium oil on the spray onto the body and the gel and rub it into the skin. Because magnesium oil is very powerful, very potent magnesium, pure, a very pure source, pure seawater. And when she sprays that on, we tend to cover the body with just until it's all covered and saturated with the magnesium. So there might be 10 or a dozen sprays onto the back, same onto the legs. A whole body might take 50 or 60 sprays. And this is rubbed straight through into the skin. We know that magnesium is very necessary and a vital part of life. It's, after calcium, the most important mineral for our bodies, followed by iodine, and that whilst we've got plenty of calcium coming through the dietary chain, it is really the magnesium and the iodine deficiency which is the source of a lot of our grievous illnesses today. So magnesium taken at this intensity is very good for the body. It has only 2 contraindications or warnings for people that have either very low blood pressure, like 80 over something, or else if they've got renal failure due to the detoxification process only, they should be wary about having magnesium in this strength. But other than that, there's no overdosing. The more you have, the better. You could have a magnesium massage every day of your life and it will be wonderful for you because it's going to balance that calcium and the toxins, set up a whole lot of energy in the cells and start a detoxification process, which we'll talk about later. So Sabine is massaging that magnesium oil directly through the skin now. You can do it yourself at home. You just have to spray it onto the skin. It's best to rub it in well. You don't have to spend an hour, of course. You can just spend 5 minutes a day in the morning, rubbing it into your legs and your buttocks and your back, and watch it go through the skin and do great things in terms of relaxing the muscular system and the nervous system in particular of the body. That's where it's good. Oral magnesium tablets and powders can't bridge that gap. They are a very small band-aid. We lose 60% of the magnesium through the digestive process. It's got to be converted to the chloride, magnesium chloride, which this is, the ancient minerals we use, is the right form of magnesium to be absorbed into the cells to boost the cellular magnesium levels, and that's going to help to wash out that excess calcium which is building in the cells. So we're getting all this calcium coming through our dietary chain. Dr. Carolyn Dean, in her wonderful book The Miracle of Magnesium, says that the calcium is coming and coming and coming through the dietary chain. It's in the meat, it's in the processed foods, it's even in the vegetables. We're getting so much calcium through our diets. But the magnesium from the oceans is basically gone. So this gap is getting wider and wider between the right levels of calcium and magnesium in our bodies. It should be about a 2-to-1 ratio of calcium to magnesium. It's more like between 6 and 10-to-1 calcium to magnesium by her extensive research in the United States. So the calcium is actually leaching out of the bones, as she explains, pulling the bone meal with it. She said it's actually the source and the cause of much osteoporosis and other arthritic conditions. That calcium builds up in the cells, shouldn't be inside the cell, should be 10,000 times more calcium outside the cell, but it gets inside the cell, forms a hard, crusty layer around the shell. That actually traps in heavy metals and toxins, which we can't avoid anyway through our daily life. And these toxins get trapped in there. The only thing that binds with that excess calcium is magnesium. So we need to have more magnesium to bind with that calcium and wash it out of the system. So once it's going through like this topically, transdermally, going into the cell, binding with the excess calcium, flushing that out of the body, allowing the body's immune system to get more energy and so improve the detoxification process. So after the oil's been rubbed in for a while, we then apply the gel, which is a very similar product, just a bit thicker and creamier, has aloe vera with it as well, and that's very beneficial and healing for the skin. And this is applied over the oil because the oil, as we've said, isn't a pure oil, it's seawater that has a super saturation of magnesium to give it that silky feel. So it will be fine to rub in for a while, but after a while you'll rub it through the skin. The gel can then be applied over the top of the oil. Don't have to do that at home, you can use either. But here at the Buderim Magnesium House, we apply that over the top, and for the full hour body massage, the oil and the gel are applied to just about every square inch of your body, apart from your face and your head, and soles of your feet is great. And later we'll show the magnesium baths too that you can have also as a way of soaking in more magnesium. But rubbing that through the skin is a very intensive way to get this magnesium deficient state relieved in the body. It's probably the only way, other than having an infusion, which if you are unlucky enough to have a heart attack or a stroke and we're near a hospital, they might well give you an infusion of magnesium to stop a heart attack or a stroke in a few minutes. But other than that, topically, transdermally is the next most powerful way that we can absorb magnesium into our cells, getting our energy back in, because magnesium does more than just detoxify, does more than just relax the muscles and the nerves. It fills every cell. There's about 300 enzyme actions of our body which rely on magnesium coming through into the cells. It elevates the mood. People that have got anxiety and stress are dumping magnesium all the time, just as athletes are. But it's the dumping of magnesium which is our big concern in our health today, because we're all under stress, we're all pushed for time, and unless we replace that lost magnesium, our cells are getting more and more stress. Much more energy is devoted simply just to detoxify the calcium and toxins in the cell, rather than give us physical energy and immune system energy. So the magnesium is replenishing that all the time back into the cell, filling us up, getting it all elevated again. So magnesium is required for every cell. It's good to use every day. It's the fastest way to do it is this way. We'll show you some other ways that we can do it now, as well as having a full body or a partial body massage with it. So we talked about having a magnesium massage, or rubbing the magnesium oil or gel into our bodies as one of the fastest way to get the magnesium deficiency corrected in our bodies. Another more relaxing way perhaps to do it is to have a magnesium bath or a foot soak. And for this we have the bath flakes in all different sizes. This is the large 3.6 kilo bag. You only need to put perhaps 2 cups of these bath flakes into a nice warm bath. Not too hot, just comfortably warm, so that your body's going to soak in the magnesium chloride and be soaked into the skin. You can have foot baths as well. You only need to put less than half a cup of the flakes into a very shallow foot soak. You can do that every night. You can have a bath every day. The more magnesium you soak in through your body, the better. It's often very good for kids. Even our babies, we've found the grandkids have had a good magnesium soak from day one, and it's excellent. They sleep like a baby at night. And for those that find that they've got sensitive skin, perfect. Just have a nice magnesium bath flake bath every night, once a week, as often as you can afford it. So the magnesium can be absorbed into our bodies best by transdermal application. As we've said, when it goes through the digestive tract, we lose 60% of it through a tablet or a powder, and they aren't magnesium chloride anyway, which have to be converted to the chloride. So the magnesium chloride applied to the skin is best. Having a bath is very good to help absorb it as well, but you can also drink it. If you're drinking it, drink it with sodium bicarb. I'll show you how we do that. This is the magnesium chloride for the bath. This is the spray that we put on the skin. You can spray either the full strength oil, or what I like is the new Ultra, which is 50% strength of the oil in magnesium terms, but it also has with it MSM. And MSM we know is a wonderful healing product on its own. So putting some sprays of this into a glass of water. Take a glass of water, probably about 5 or 6 sprays into a glass of water. It's plenty. And then with that, about 1/4 teaspoon of bicarb. Not even that. That's about enough for what you want. Okay? And you put that into a glass. give it a good stir until it's all clear. And if you have the magnesium oil by itself in the glass, it'll taste salty. If you have the bicarb, it'll taste chalky. If you mix them, it should taste sweet. And that's beautiful and sweet, which tells you that it's the right sort of water to be absorbed into the cells. So it's a magnesium bicarbonate virtually in that form. The bicarb and the magnesium, they bind together. And as Dr. Mark Serkis says in his book, and he's got a whole chapter on that, they buffer each other into the cells. That is, they co-transport each other into the cells, into the very fine mitochondria. So it is a way where you can take magnesium chloride orally, and it is going to be beneficial. It's going to alkalize, it's going to energize, it's going to help to build the magnesium and the bicarbonate into all of the cells of the body, especially the very fine ones. And it's a very sweet way to drink water.